Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. You remember our friend Joshua Lunsford, right? The cocaine diaper, the man who speed-ran through 80 affairs in 3 years and hypothetically did cocaine exactly 6 times. Well, he's back! And he has some things to say. Josh decided to jump into the NIFB Facebook group to set the record straight and clear up inaccuracies. Spoiler alert, he made everything worse. Let's break down this absolute masterclass in self-destruction, shall we? Opening statement. I'm taking responsibility! Josh starts strong. My wife is 100% the victim of my adultery. I will not blame her for any of my bad behavior, okay? Good start. That's actual accountability. We love to see. Wait, what's that next part? My sin was motivated by the strong influence of heavy amounts of long-term anabolic steroid use. I'm sorry, what? Josh, buddy pal, my chemically enhanced friend. You just added to the problem. Your defense is, it wasn't just the hypothetical cocaine I definitely didn't do, but did exactly 6 times. It was also steroids, lots of them. For a long time. That's not taking responsibility, that's adding items to the police report. Your Honor, I'd like to amend my statement. It wasn't just the robbery. There was also some light arson. Josh, you can't keep adding substance abuse issues and expect sympathy. First, the cocaine confession. That's not a confession. Now, steroids? At this point, I'm waiting for him to casually mention, oh, and the meth. Did I mention the meth? Just hypothetically, though. And let's talk about the threat disguised as transparency. Then Josh says, I have the recording of the 911 call. I have no intention of releasing it unless there continues to be widespread public slander. Oh! So you're not going to release it unless people keep saying things you don't like? Josh, that's called blackmail! That's not transparency, that's a threat! I'm totally not going to ruin my ex-wife's reputation by releasing this damaging evidence, but if you all don't stop being mean to me, I might. My guy, you can't claim to be taking responsibility while simultaneously threatening to weaponize evidence against your victim. Pick a lane, Josh. Are you the remorseful husband or the villain with the doomsday device? And then, oh, this is my favorite part. Josh tells us that the police officer totally told him. Had they been shown the complete video footage, they would have arrested your wife. Sure, Josh. And then the same police officer asked you to upload the full footage, and you, being the noble, self-sacrificing hero, declined because you didn't want your wife arrested. Let me get this straight. You cheated on your wife with 80 women, but you're such a gentleman that you protected her from arrest by withholding evidence. Josh, buddy, if this story were any more convenient for you, it would come with a drive-through window. The police totally said I was right, but I'm too noble to prove it. That's the legal equivalent of I have a girlfriend. She just goes to another school in Canada. You wouldn't know her. But here's the crown jewel of Josh's defense. I didn't get caught. I willingly came clean 3 months before my wife even left. Josh! You cheated for 3 years and came clean 3 months before she left. That means you hid it for 2 years and 9 months. That's not willingly coming clean. That's the walls were closing in and I needed to control the narrative. Real willingly coming clean. Looks like confessing immediately. Not after running a 3-year infidelity marathon. You didn't come clean, Josh. You got to the finish line and finally admitted you were running. My prayer requests have reflected an accurate reality of what can actually be prayed for. Your prayer requests included the hypothetical cocaine confession, Josh. I didn't do this, but imagine I did cocaine 6 times last year and then stopped. That was in your prayer request. You can't claim your prayer requests are accurate reality when they include confessions disguised as hypotheticals. Dear Lord, hypothetically speaking, if I had committed tax fraud 47 times, please forgive me. But I didn't. But if I did, it was exactly 47, amen. And finally, Josh concludes, the ball is now in her court.
No!
no, Josh, she already played her turn. She filed for divorce. She took the ball, dunked it, set the court on fire, and left. The game is over. She won. There is no ball. You're standing alone on an empty court in a building that's been demolished, shouting, it's your turn. She's at home, peaceful, free, probably having the best sleep of her life, and you're here claiming the ball is in her court. Josh, she threw the ball in the trash. Where you belong! And after all this, Josh ends with, I will not reply to any comments on this. If you want details, reach out on Messenger. Translation, I'm totally open to dialogue as long as you do it privately where there are no witnesses. So naturally, when someone pointed out that adding steroids to your problems is worse, threatening to release evidence is blackmail, hiding affairs for 2 years and 9 months isn't coming clean, the hypothetical cocaine is still a confession. The ball isn't in her court because she already filed for divorce. Josh's response? Block. Immediate block, no hesitation, gone. So much for I have no problem with transparency. So much for feel free to reach out. So much for I will not reply to comments. Because you can't reply if you block everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what narcissism looks like. I'm taking full responsibility. Also, it was the steroids. Also, I have evidence against my wife, but I'm too noble to use it. Also, I didn't get caught. I came clean. Also, the police totally agreed with me. Also, it's her turn now. Also, I'm completely transparent. Also, I'm blocking anyone who disagrees. That's not accountability. That's a masterclass in deflection, threat-making, and delusion. Josh wanted to set the record straight. Instead, he admitted to steroid abuse, threatened his ex-wife with blackmail, revealed he hid 80 affairs for nearly 3 years, claimed police support he can't prove, insisted his victim should take him back, blocked everyone who pointed out the problems. If this were an Olympic event, Josh would win gold in making things worse. So here's the real truth. Your ex-wife is thriving without you. She saw your defense post. She saw you add steroids to the list. She saw you threaten to release evidence against her. She saw you claim the ball is in her court. And you know what she did? She laughed because she's free. Because she knows she made the right choice. The ball isn't in her court, Josh. She's not even playing anymore. She's at a completely different stadium, living her best life while you're still in the old parking lot holding a deflated ball, wondering why nobody wants to play. The moral of the story: when you're in a hole, stop digging. When you're a diaper full of problems, don't add more filling. When people are already laughing at you, don't give them new material. And when you say, I will not reply to comments, don't immediately prove you meant, I will block anyone who calls out my nonsense. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Lunsford, everyone, the gift that keeps on giving, the diaper that somehow keeps getting fuller. Thank you, Josh, for the content, for the screenshots, for the blocks. You make this job way too easy. Good night.